So part 2 of the Boruto story getting darker. All right. So I got notes. I'm kind of probably just gonna stray away from the notes, but basically we got this new character in the series. I'm calling her Eida, right? We'll figure out how the anime decides to pronounce her name when she makes her debut, but for the sake of this video, since I'm going to be saying her name a few times, I'm going with Eida. Alright, so from what we understand, Eida's goals as of now are to kill Amado and to meet Kawaki and Boruto. I believe it's more likely Boruto because I'll explain more in the video, but basically she wants to try to obtain some sort of relationship. She basically wants to see if she can make Boruto fall in love with her without the use of her jutsu, because Boruto's immune to it since he's Osutsuki, right? So with that being said, let me explain how Eida's abilities work, because I haven't done a video on it yet. So basically her abilities, the main ones at least that we know so far, are twofold, right? So like number one, she can basically see any event that transpires anywhere in the world, and it's not just limited to like planet Earth. She can also see into like other dimensions. So she was able to see how Ishiki died, and that fight took place on a random dimension that Boruto accessed through Momoshiki's karma. Even Ishiki didn't know where they were. You know what I mean? So she's able to witness events that take place anywhere in the universe, it seems, as long as they're happening in the present or after she was born, right? So she can see in the past, but it's limited to moments that she was alive for. So if she wasn't born and something happened, she can't see it, right? So basically it's like imagine you're a security guard at the mall, or you're a manager at your store, right? And you're looking at the security footage, like the camera footage of all the security cameras in your building, right? She can basically look and access. It's like she has security cameras all across the world, right? And any dimension. She can basically, it's like looking through a camera lens, and she's basically putting herself there. So like she saw how Ishiki died, and she also saw, alright, yeah, this is a perfect example. So basically, Ishiki's battling Baryon Mode Naruto, Kawaki, Sasuke, and Boruto, right? In one of Momoshiki's dimensions. Ishiki loses in that dimension, and in his death, his soul then returns to Code's karma, where Ishiki gives Code his the will of the Osutsuki in his final mission, and Code is residing in a completely separate dimension where the Ten Tails is, right? So basically, she's able to see anything that happens anywhere. That's her first ability. Her second ability, which is probably even more deadly, right? So she has a passive ability, which is basically, she can't turn this ability off, right? This is a passive trait. It's always active. It seems like it costs no chakra or drain on her body at all, right? So she has a passive ability that basically makes any man, woman, or child instantly fall in love with her. And the only exception to that rule is someone who's Osutsuki, or if you're a blood relative of hers, right? So basically she's got Simp no Jutsu, right? And her second ability, she has no control over turning it on or off. And that's kind of like robbing her of like experiencing like what like true relationships and true love is. And that's like the dilemma that motivates her to want to kill Amado and desire Boruto and Kawaki, because she wants to kill Amado for making her go through all this pain of like not being able to like experience true relationships with people. And also she wants to meet Boruto and Kawaki because they're the two people who she could probably have a real relationship with, whether that be intimate or just like somebody who can give their true opinions on Eida, right? Like they don't just instantly fall for her. And like, so basically like I wanted to, since Eida with these two abilities, right, I want to focus more on the first one, because if the Simp no Jutsu does not work on Boruto, it's possible it could work on Kawaki, because he's not 100% Osutsuki and he no longer has a karma. It's possible that it doesn't, but I'm pretty sure that Eida's gonna go for Boruto, because Code and Kawaki kind of have this like beef, right? Where Code worshipped Ishiki and wanted to be his vessel so badly, but he wasn't compatible, and Kawaki hated Ishiki and wanted to kill him with all his might, but was compatible and ended up being the vessel, right? And ultimately was the downfall of Ishiki because he stumped his skull in and killed him, right? So Code wants revenge, and I think Eida stated that she was going to let Code take Kawaki so he can get his revenge, and she'll just go for Boruto, right? So, you know, due to Boruto having the karma and his DNA being rewritten, making him Otsutsuki, he's unaffected by the Simp no Jutsu, right? So we're all on the same page, right? Boruto's unaffected by Eida's Simp no Jutsu. I'm like, great. So in an earlier video I did earlier this week, I mentioned that Eida could end up being like Misa Amane from Death Note, right? And Boruto could be more like Light Yagami in their relationship, like in the way their relationship functions. I'm not gonna say he's gonna get the Death Note, get that through your heads, right? I'm just saying if Eida and Boruto do end up interacting together, I could see it to the point where it's like Eida simps for Boruto because Boruto doesn't simp for her, right? So this is like a new experience for her, right? Because from as far as we know, we don't know how old she is or how long she's been upgraded this way. But basically, I believe that if Boruto does end up rejecting her advances, or he doesn't fall for her, Eida will find interest in that. And if anything, she could even, if it does work out this way, she could even abandon her mission of trying to kill Amado, just so she can spend time with Boruto. Because if she sees if Boruto sees what her goals are and her actions and stuff, I don't think Boruto will be very attracted to that. You came into my village trying to cause all this harm. You're working with the bad guys. You're trying to kill this guy who's as far as Boruto knows, has been a big help, right? But I mean, obviously Amado is a very fishy character, but from Boruto's perspective, he's still a little kid, he's still inexperienced, so he's probably thinking Amado's pretty cool for right now. You know, he repaired Kawaki's arm, he did all this stuff. We all know what Amado's done so far, right? Cool. So what if we get a situation where Eida betrays Code? Say they pull up to the village, right? Eida can see everything, right? She can control Code. So she basically says, I know where Amado is, I can give you the coordinates or whatever. Or they use some kind of scientific technology so that Code can find the way, right? While she's doing that, she can let Code go handle Amado or the Hokage or Sasuke, because he's got a list, right? Code's got this list of people he's got to take out. So it could also be Boruto and Kawaki could also be together in this situation. We don't know how it's going to happen yet, but basically we do know that there is going to be a confrontation, right? And we could have it where Code and Eida, they pull up either to the village or to wherever these people are at the time. I'm thinking since Boruto's under house arrest and he can't go on missions no more, Boruto's gonna be stuck in the village. Sasuke's probably gonna be the guy on his security detail, so he's also gonna be stuck in the village. Naruto's Hokage, so he's gonna be stuck in the village. And unless Kawaki is being trained up to replace Boruto as a temporary member to fill in for Team 7 so they can still go on missions for the village, I'm imagining Kawaki's in the village, right? So everybody's in the village when this shit happens. If Code and Eida pull up to the village, right, and they have this confrontation, I can easily see where Code and Kawaki are having maybe a separate battle, or it's Code and Boruto and Kawaki all fighting, right? So it's 2v1 and Eida's watching. Once Eida explains her motives and stuff to Boruto and she sees that Boruto gives her his honest opinion on what her situation is, and I believe once she finds out that this kid doesn't fall for my little tricks or whatever, he's giving me his honest opinions, and this is he's saying stuff to her that no one's ever said to her, she's gonna fall for him, right? To the point where it's basically the powers are reversed. I said it earlier, she's gonna start simping for Boruto, and she could even betray Code right then and there, stop the fight altogether right before Code wins, and she's like, you know what, Code? Come here. And Code has no choice but to listen to her. And he says, and she just tells him, you know what, use your black bands, leave. I don't want you here no more. And he teleports or whatever. He walks through his little gateway and he leaves the village, right? She stops the fight just off of words alone, and like we understand that she's that broken that she can basically make Code like her foot soldier, right? And then she kind of can make an arrangement where it's like, I'll leave Kara and come, like, you know, work for you guys at Konoha, or basically not even work for Konoha. It's like, I will do your bidding. You know what I'm saying? Like, I will literally do anything for you to show me affection, right? Because now that everybody that, like, since everybody always, like, loved her and always showed her affection or whatever, she was numb to it. But now that Boruto, like, rejects her and she's felt that or whatever, she'll probably be, like, really interested and really turned on by that, and she'll want to earn Boruto's affection, right? So she'll be like, oh, I can do this for you. Like, look, I have this ability. I can see anything, anywhere. I could be a major asset for you guys. I could really help you guys. Like this is why I say, like, Misa Amane, because we know Aida's clairvoyance ability that lets her, like, see anything that's happening anywhere in the world or other dimensions. Apparently, like, certain translations call it clairvoyance, and then there's another translation where it's called, like, the Senreigan, right? It's basically like her dojutsu ability. That's why she's got, like, the moon, the crescent moon eyes, right? So, like, what if she's basically, like, this is why I parallel her to Misa Amane, right? So they're both respectively powerful, right? Boruto's got Karma Seal. He's basically 100% of Sutsuki. Aida's got the ability to see everything. Like, she's got the really powerful eyes. And she basically makes everyone fall in love with her and do whatever she says, right? So, like Misa Amane, how she was a very popular pop star, she basically could get anything she wanted, and she also had the Shinigami eyes, which let her utilize the Death Note to a degree where even Light Yagami couldn't use it. What if Boruto uses his big brain and uses Aida's abilities to his advantage, and he'll be like, you know what? If you do this for me, who knows, I might take you out on a date, we might share a burger or something, you know, I might give you time of day. You know, like, what if Boruto turns into a straight player and he's just like, yeah, I'm only, like, listen, man, I've only got, like, I basically have an unknown amount of time to live, and if she's got, you know, if I can use her to figure out how to, like, counteract karma, or, like, figure out how to protect the village from other Otsutskis, like, if Boruto has Aida on the side of his hip, and he asks her the right questions, like, who sent Momoshiki? Like, you know what I mean? Like it could be anything. Like, he could, if he asked the right questions, it's game over, and that's a very big asset for the Leaf, right? So, like, what if Boruto's the reason Aida flips sides? Because it's not the first time we've seen a Kara member do that, right? We've seen Kashin Koji betray Kara. We've seen Amado betray Kara. Freaking Kawaki was thought of as a Kara member until he finally came through and found love in Naruto's family. So, like, it's not unheard of that these guys can flip sides, right? And it would be crazy because I don't think Konoha has any abilities or anybody, like, I don't think Boruto is strong enough to, like, actually, like, kill her or anything like that. But what if Code is the guy who ends up finding a way to defeat Aida, or, like, work around her ability somehow, right? So my main thing is, like, what if Boruto becomes, like, a player and basically, like, he's end up, like, with Aida by the end of the story, but he pulls, like, a Sasuke, and he basically uses Aida like how Sasuke used Karin, right? Like, he pulls all the dirty tricks, because, like, we understand Kawaki parallels closer to Naruto and his story, and Sasuke parallels closer to Sasuke and his story. So what if we get a time skip and Boruto has to leave the village because he's too much of a threat, and the only people that are with him are Sasuke and Aida? Like, that's his like Team Taka or whatever, right? And man, that would be so cool, bro, because, like, first of all, I don't even want to get into the whole what if Aida controls Sasuke and makes him fight Naruto, because that's a whole other video right there. But or vice versa, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we got another Naruto v Sasuke, but that's a whole other video. I just wanted to say, like, what do you guys think about Boruto basically showing off his, like, you know, his Sasuke traits, acting like the player that Sasuke was, and basically manipulates Eida the same way Sasuke manipulated Karin, or the same way we got Light manipulating Misa Amane, right? But yeah, that's all I wanted to say about this show. You know, I was thinking about this while making the other video. I definitely see a trend where the tone of the story is getting darker and darker. Like, Boruto's taking drugs. The drugs could potentially kill him or backfire in some way. Code is legit hunting him down and wants to feed him to the 10 tails. And on top of that, Momoshiki can take over his body at any given point, and he's basically not going to exist when Momoshiki decides to resurrect, right? So Boruto's got plenty of reasons to take these dark turns and make these rash decisions, right? So, like, he might be, like, thinking, oh yeah, like it could be out of his character and it seems something more like what Kawaki would do, but at the same time, we don't know if it's not guaranteed that Kawaki is immune to her ability, or even that she made a promise to Code that it's like that, you know what, I'll let you take Kawaki because I know you got that grudge. So, but yeah, that's all I gotta say for this video. You know, I've been your host, the Grassy Ninja. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications, check my social medias. I got some videos popping up on the screen, and yeah, let me know. Peace.